Hey, good evening, everyone. We're gonna let some folks hop on here as start to pull up the weather. We do have some snow showers working into the area here. So I'll be discussing that and some additional snow chances as we work into the rest of the weekend. And then a quieter period is on the horizon, but we do have some more snow chances in the further future as we get into later on in the week. But we'll touch on that here in just a little bit. We'll let some folks hop in. Go ahead and comment if you guys are watching here so I can see. Make sure I sound okay. Let everybody filter in here. Yes, this is my first time doing a client live. I've been live on Facebook a few times. I don't know if you recognize my face at all, but happy to be here with you guys on this Friday evening. It's 8:30 now, so we'll get started here in just a moment. Hello, everybody. All right, well, we'll go ahead and get started here. As you can see on my radar right now, I can start to see some snow showers working into the area. I will say a lot of these aren't really hitting the ground right now as we are working with some drier air towards the surface. But again, we can start to see some snow showers working towards the surface. And really, as we get past, let's call it 9, 10 o'clock, that's really when I expect to see some of these snow showers having a little bit more to them as we get towards that time frame. But a lot of this really isn't reaching the ground, like I mentioned, up towards Logansport, Crawfordsville. I will see that this area here towards Terre Haute, it is a little bit heavier in nature. So that one is probably hitting the ground. I know that we had a few reports here towards Kokomo, but really these snow showers starting to work their way towards the Indianapolis metro area as we work towards this evening. I will say that these can put down a coating of snow. Again, right now they are lighter in nature, but as we work across this evening and into the overnight hours, can really start to see those snow showers putting down a coating. I don't really expect anything in the way of inches of snowfall. I think that's more towards Ohio as we work across the evening and into the overnight hours. But again, a coating of snow will be possible, but we'll also be dealing with some gusty winds as we get into the early morning tomorrow and throughout your day tomorrow as well. So let's go ahead and look at our simulated radar here. It's not perfect by any means, but I do think that it gives a general idea of what we can expect as we go throughout the evening. Time frame here is in the upper right hand corner, and this is 9 p.m. here. So again, it's not perfect, but I do think that it gives a general idea of what we can see across the evening here. So going ahead, and you can start to see that most of the widespread snow showers are off to the east there in Ohio. But as I go ahead and play this out here, you can start to see those heavier snow bursts starting to come into the picture towards the Indianapolis metro area, getting towards 11 p.m. here and then getting towards midnight. But again, these are very scattered in nature. I think that overall, a lot of you guys miss out on these chances. But again, scattered, so those coatings of snow will be possible. And then as we get into the early morning hours here, you can start to see that those chances start to dwindle down, but we will have again some more snow chances as we work across into your morning tomorrow. So if you have any morning plans on for your Saturday, just be wary of that as we go into your morning. But as we work into your afternoon hours tomorrow, it's going to be pretty chilly throughout the day too. So I do think that any type of flurry chances will have the risk of coating the surface, but we will be dealing with some gusty winds like I mentioned as well. So we won't really be dealing with too much of an impact. I do think as we get into the afternoon and into the evening hours here with the simulator radar, it is a little bit overdone in coverage. I do think that we'll be dealing with some scattered showers, snow showers, but I do think that this is a little bit overdone as we get into the evening hours here. So just be cautious of that. I think that this is way more broken up, kind of like what we're seeing tonight, but for tomorrow evening here. And as you can see, these scattered snow showers working their way through central Indiana, but then really starting to clear out rather quickly as we get towards 9, 10 o'clock tomorrow evening. And then again, we have some more snow showers on the horizon for Sunday and into Monday, but I do think that those are relatively isolated in nature and most people will stay dry. Here in your insight, you probably saw this earlier. This is what we're anticipating in terms of accumulations here. I do think that this is rather scattered in nature, so this won't be a widespread accumulation. But again, any of these heavier snowbursts can pack a punch and they can drop up to maybe a ½ inch of snow. And I think that is a little bit on the aggressive side. So I think that most maybe get a coating up to a ½ inch of snow, but overall, most will probably see just a coating, if anything, tonight, as we are currently dealing with those drier conditions towards the surface here. And then this graphic was made by Jonathan Kipper a little bit earlier today, around 3 o'clock. And I think that this is a great visual idea of when we can start to see those heavier snow bursts or even maybe a snow squall or two, although those ingredients are a little bit limited as we don't have as much ingredients for these as we work towards sundown, really start to lose those ingredients as the higher energy really just starts to dwindle down here. So as you can see here, as we work towards 9 o'clock, getting towards that hour, you can start to see that some heavier snow bursts may be possible in towards Lafayette, Indianapolis, down towards Bloomington. And that really lasts through about 2 a.m. But again, I do think that this is rather isolated in nature as to who sees those snow squalls. But again, it will be a risk here. And then those chances slowly, gradually try to work off to the east as we work into your early morning hours tomorrow. So going ahead and taking back here a look at clarity. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them here in the chat. Happy to answer them. But again, here's a look here at the current radar. Scattered in nature, and right now, most of it not hitting the surface, but I do think as we work across the next 30 minutes to an hour, can really start to see those chances start to increase as we get a little bit more moisture towards the surface and these snow showers can start to reach the surface. I'm not like Brett, but I am cheering for IU right now. I think it's very exciting. I'm a Ball State grad myself. Can't say that our football team is very good, but I do like to support them. So it's fun to see the Hoosiers doing pretty good. And in general, I'm a pretty big sports fan, so it's fun to watch them. For the 24th-ish, you've probably seen Michael's post that he posted a little bit earlier in the day for on social media. That is definitely a system that we're watching. I can't say for certain where the snow rain line sets up exactly, but it's definitely a system that we're watching pretty much through the 24th through the 26th is a time frame that we're keeping an eye on. It's a little bit up in the air as to where exactly, who gets the heaviest snow, who gets ice, who gets rain, but it's something to watch. I know that lots of social media gurus have been out there that have been putting out those maps of some putting down a couple feet of snow. I don't think that necessarily happens, but definitely something to watch. Can pack a punch if all the ingredients come together here. Any other questions for you guys? Go ahead and we'll take a look here at the winds for tomorrow. That's something else that I want to mention real quick just with these snow chances here. As you can see, let me zoom this in a little bit here for you guys. You can start to see that those winds as we work towards about 9, 10 a.m. really start to increase, sustained winds out of the west, picking up to about 20 miles per hour throughout the day. So I do think that with those snow chances for the day tomorrow that we can start to see, lesser accumulations. Pavement temperatures will be cold, so that won't necessarily be an issue. But I do think that these gusty winds will really limit any type of light flurries or light snow showers from reaching the surface, just as these winds can easily blow those snow chances around. I do think that as we work towards the evening and into the overnight hours, that those winds do start to die down as we get into Sunday, dropping down to about 10 to 15 miles per hour, again, sustained out of the west-southwest. But we do have some gusty winds. So let me back this up here a little bit as we look into your Saturday here. You can start to see as we get into your morning hours on Saturday, again, looking at 9, 10, 11 a.m., you can start to see that these winds starting to pick up at maybe up to 30 miles per hour wind gusts at times. So again, that's why those snow chances, well, it may be snowing at times. Maybe they don't reach the surface all the way just due to these gusty winds. Stephanie, Monday morning in the area, what are we looking like? I think by the Monday morning that most of the system has cleared out of the area. I'm more so concerned about Sunday for some just light isolated snow flurries. But the better chances, let me go ahead and pull this map here. As you can see, the better chances will be to the north, and that's from that lake effect snow. 4 to 6 inches over there just west of Grand Rapids. South Bend, due to those lake effect snow showers, could see about an inch or two. But the further south that you go towards I-70, I think that those snow chances start to dwindle down. Maybe you get a coating, but overall, I don't really see anything in the way of a very impactful system Sunday into Monday afternoon. Any other questions, guys? I know it's been a busy few days. I know all of our snowplow guys out there, they've been reaching out, and they're ready for a break. I know that these are just some pesky snow showers, half an inch, and you know, it's hit or miss, so it's who gets what. Do you get anything, or does it kind of completely just miss you? It's definitely a frustrating event, but an active pattern for sure. Hi, Michael. Says, sitting at the Chicago airport, flying to Nebraska. I know we were talking about this a little bit earlier with Noah for your turbulence, but I do think that these snow showers scattered in nature. But as we work towards Lincoln, I do know that they had some snow squalls. I don't think any of these were technically a snow squall warning per se, but I know that they packed a punch. I was looking at some cameras on I-80. Definitely don't want to be driving in that. So hopefully by the time that you land, not sure exactly when you land, that these snow squalls have kind of dwindled out and aren't really a threat anymore. But overall, those should be wrapping up here in the next hour or two. So hopefully the roads are cleared by then. Yeah, temperatures are definitely going to be quite cold as we get into the start of next week. Let's go ahead and pull up here what just the Euro's throwing out for some temperatures. It is going to be a bitter week. I think coldest week probably of the winter so far. I would say of the year, but it's January 16th, so don't have too much time for the year so far. But look at these temperatures as we work towards Tuesday morning. It's in the single digits, and then I don't even want to look up here in Wisconsin, looking into the negatives. So it's definitely going to be cold. Let's see if we can pull up some wind chills. I don't know if we have them. I would guess with wind gusts, 10, 15, probably knocking wind chill values down into the negative. So definitely want to bundle up if you're headed out and about next week. Thoughts for a storm? Well, Michael, I mentioned this earlier. I said I don't know exactly where it sets up. But definitely going to be one to watch, where exactly the heaviest snow sets up, where the rain snow line sets up, but something to watch in the 24th to 26th time frame. Yeah, Jason, it's going to be one of don't be watching all those social media weather accounts out there, because they will probably be posting about every single GFS or European run that comes out, because I bet it's just going to fluctuate a bunch. Well, guys, if I don't have any more questions, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here real quick. We'll run through the simulated radar one more time so you guys can get a glimpse as to what to expect throughout the overnight hours. And then we'll go ahead and wrap things up. Of course, we'll have Nowcast out throughout the night, so be sure to check in on your Clarity app and just to see what's going on with these potential snow bursts of anything that we're seeing that can put down a coating of snow. But overall right now, looking to be rather scattered in nature. So going ahead and taking a look at this simulated radar, you can see these snow showers rather scattered in nature, but I do think that as we get towards 10 or 11 p.m., at least for the Indy metro area, that we can start to see some of these packing a little bit more of a punch. Maybe can put down a quick coating to a half an inch of snow here, but again, rather scattered in nature, so I don't think that everybody sees this. And then as we work into your early morning hours, I do think that we get a little bit of a break. And then as we work into the afternoon or towards 8 a.m., you can start to see that these snow showers are pushing off to the east, get a little bit of a break here until we get into the afternoon. But wind gusts do start to increase as we get into the afternoon. So maybe a lot of this doesn't reach the surface due to those gustier winds, but nonetheless, I do think that an isolated coating or two, a few slick spots will be possible as we work into the evening hours. And then by the time we get towards 9 p.m., really things start to quiet down. And I think that it's a dry rest of your Saturday evening. Any other questions, guys, before I go ahead and wrap things up? I appreciate you all for joining me on your Friday evening. Hope you guys have a good weekend, and of course, we will be here for if you guys have any questions. Feel free to reach out in the chat if you're one of our pro users. Be sure to check out your Nowcast because we'll be here all night long to update you guys throughout the system.